Paul Lin is going to pin Lachlan a couple of times. Then Lachlan will start beating him and he will beat him 4 pins to 2. And the other prediction was 4-0 victory for Schoolboy over Ryan Blue Bowen. I'll once again let you guys know about the timings of the event. For some reason, the stream crashed. This time it's on mobile internet. I hope the quality is still okay, but I doubt that. It's only 5 Mbps upload speed. I just checked it. So the press conference timings are 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can convert it into your own time zone by using Google. And event time is 1 hour after that, the next day. So first of June, we have 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when the event will actually start. So now let's further discuss the matches that we were not able to discuss in the first live stream. After Schoolboy versus Ryan and Paulin versus Lachlan, we now have Revaz Lutidze versus Georgi Zaranov. So Georgi Zaranov is a monster. When I was new into arm wrestling, I started watching. So from 2015 to about 2018, I was completely casual. So I had no clue what's going on there. I just liked to watch three names. Number one was Travis Bagent, by far the most favorite arm wrestler. Started watching him in around 2015, I guess. Then Devin Larrett and Dennis Cyplenkov. So these three names, that was my whole world about arm wrestling until about 2017 late part. That's when I started getting more into arm wrestling. I started following WL and a bunch of other stuff, PAL and stuff. So that's how I got started into arm wrestling. But even around 2018, I was always hearing this guy, Georgi Zaranov. He's a beast, he's a monster, was really strong in 110, 100 kilos. And I always heard that. That was a legend that I never saw. I didn't really know how good that guy was. And to be honest, I never saw him until about 2022. All I heard was Georgi Zaranov's name. Or maybe 2020 21, that's when I saw him. I don't remember exactly. But now we know more about this beast. He's good. He's really good. He's really good. But in the super heavyweights, he is clearly, I don't think he's in the top 10 because, yes, he has beaten a lot of names. He's always in wars. His left arm is supposed to be at least as good as his right arm. And still, despite that, we saw him having a not so easy time against Wagner Bortolato. And Wagner is someone who many people have beaten kind of relatively easily. How easy Hermes was able to beat Wagner. Then we saw Georgi Zaranov struggle against Wagner on the left arm, and his right is supposed to be at the same level. So yes, he's top guy for sure. But if we're taking the top elite guys as number 5, like the best guy is number 5 in the weight class, then Georgi Zaranov is not 4.5 in my opinion. Maybe he's a 4 if we're talking about super heavyweights. And Revaz Lutidze is somewhere around that 4.5 range, and that's why I believe Revaz was 170 kilos once. Maybe in order to gain some cardio for this match, he lost a few kilos. Let's assume he's 164 now. He's still going to be strong, and endurance is not going to play a role. The style in which he won 3-2 against Sergey Kalinichenko, that's not going to be easy to replicate in this match, and that's why I believe my prediction for this super match is 4-0 Revaz Lutidze, just because he's way too strong. That's it. And Zaranov is not fast. He's not the fastest guy out there. Yes, he's also getting big. I'm assuming he's around 130 kilos, absolutely jacked. Michael Todd said that when you touch that guy, he feels like steel. That's how hard he is. So still, that is not going to help Zaranov in this match because of the previous performances that we have seen. Can Georgi Zaranov, or could he have beaten Dave Chaffee around the time when Revaz Lutidze destroyed Dave? Yes, I absolutely believe that. I think he also has the ability to force the hook, and that hook seems to be Dave Chaffee's weakness as of now. So yes, I think he could have also beaten Dave. And Engin not almost, he actually said that match for this year, but for some reason he cancelled that match. And I was the first one to call that match out, that usually Engin is doing great matchmaking, but this is not a great match. Zaranov is just going to put Dave in a hook and he's going to beat him. At worst 3-1, at best 3-0. So that's how I thought that match was going to go. But still, that doesn't make him as strong as Revaz Lutidze. Once again, 4-0 Revaz Lutidze. Let's try to check some chat. Let's see what people want to say today about the second live stream. I hope the video and audio is still kind of okay. This is the least speed that I can be getting here. Brother, I can wrist curl 38 kg for 3 reps with one arm and I am 15. Is it okay? Yes. So I don't really like these questions, Saima Baba, because in almost 100% of the cases, these questions are not really questions. They are statements. So somebody's just letting us know that, hey, see, I believe that this is a legit lift. They said that's a really good lift and I want some appreciation from the online community. That's why people post these comments. Almost always the guy is not asking a question, he's just giving us a statement that his lift is legit. Talk about it. Not saying that it is wrong. Like everybody likes to boost their ego, feel appreciated, feel confident. Nothing wrong with that. But posting it as a genuine legit question, that's the problem here. Pradeep should go pro. Hermes should face Alex. We discussed that in the previous live stream. Yep, he should have faced him. Have you seen Revaz's current form? Nope, I have not. Have I met Abbas Rana? No, I have not met him. Brother, okay. Dennis versus you. Pradeep, are you interested in starting professional career? About what? About arm wrestling? How can I do that? What should I do? Hi from Thailand. Hello, brother. Pradeep, you should go pro. हरियाणा में गर्मी बहुत है. हाँ भाई बहुत है. इतनी भी नहीं है, मैं तो राजस्थान में था अभी तो और भी ज़्यादा थी. So let's discuss the next match and see how it goes. Please give me another feedback if the audio and videos is still okay. Michael Todd versus Lars Rohrbacken. So initially I was thinking that Michael is too much. He's going to beat Lars for sure. But then I started thinking more about this match. I started thinking more about Lars Rohrbacken's top roll. I thought maybe he can challenge Michael's hand in the center for the first couple of rounds. They'll have battles for sure. Neither one of them is going to dominate the other. And Michael's hand, also Lars' hand, is going to get tired. And then Lars Rohrbacken switches to a flop press. I was like, man, that's the perfect strategy. That's how Lars is going to beat Michael Todd. That's what I started to think. Until I saw Valera Chobutaru getting destroyed at AMC in his super match against Anzor. I think that was his opponent's name. And I would like to believe that Anzor is not at a higher level than Michael Todd. So if Lars was having wars, he barely won against Valera, and Valera is doing not so good not overseas, that's in Europe. But if he's not doing good in Europe, then it kind of makes me believe that Michael is the better guy. Maybe Lars Rohrbacken's level is not that great. It's not that high. We just thought that Valera is way too strong, and maybe he isn't. So that's why I'm switching back more towards Michael Todd. I think he got this match. And if anyone in this world believes that this match is not going to be a war, they are in for a shock. This match will absolutely be a war. There is no way anyone can dominate the other guy. There is a small possibility that Michael is even faster and he has more commitment, more guts than Lars Rohrbacken. He goes straight into a press, but that's really difficult to see. That's really difficult. Unless that happens, this match is going to be an absolute war. And even then, Lars can switch to a top roll and Michael will have to back out of his press and switch to his own top roll. So yeah, I think 99% this match is going to be a war. How is your relationship with Engin Terzi now? Engin has banned me, bro. He has banned me. What's up, Pradeep? Chance Shaw. Chance is the man, He still didn't tell me which lottery he hit. Just kidding, bro. I absolutely love it when people go full-time arm wrestling. They enjoy arm wrestling. Pradeep, where are you? Are you not in your setup? No, I'm at my home. Hi, bro. So yeah, why did Engin ban me? Like, it has happened 3 times. I'm sure we'll be okay once again. Because in last 3 years, Engin has banned and then unbanned me 3 times. So let's see how it goes this time. Why did he even block me? Yeah, I was talking in my videos about that issue, Sarah Ray issue. I didn't really talk about Sarah. I just talked about the fact that how can you be a champion of something that you cannot qualify for? If there is a rule at East versus West that you cannot qualify for multiple weight classes, then how was Devon the champion of multiple weight classes? This rule to me doesn't make sense. And again, it was like, are you stupid? Anybody who does that has a who says that has a single digit IQ. And I was like, okay, but it still doesn't make sense to me. And again, he was saying, well, he becomes a champion in different events, and she was qualifying in the same event, but still that's the underlying fact that nobody can deny. You cannot become a champion of something that you cannot qualify for. If you're not eligible to qualify for multiple classes, then how can you become a champion of that class? That to me still doesn't make sense till this day. And that's why again started messaging me, are you mad? This is the most stupidest thing that anyone has ever said. And I was like, bro, don't tell me what I should say on my channel. I said what I wanted to say, and I'll say what I want to say, and there is nothing that you can do about that. And next thing I see, I'm blocked. I was like, I didn't message you, you messaged me. So what's the point in blocking someone? Dennis versus Alijan hook battle left-handed. Alijan will destroy him. Prime match is good. Who should be the opponent for Dennis? Ideal match. Monster Michael Todd. Dave Chaffee. Before that, Dennis versus Dave Chaffee needs to happen. Then Dennis versus Michael Todd. Then Dennis versus Jerry Cadret. I don't know what Babkin was thinking. Babkin and I are cool. We talk on WhatsApp, but I've not talked about this topic with Babkin. But still don't know what he was thinking. That's. Do you see anything wrong with that? Dennis versus Chaffee. Then okay, first it was John. Dennis versus John. Dennis versus Chaffee. Dennis versus Michael Todd. Dennis versus Jerry. Then Dennis versus who? Maybe if he beats all of them, yeah, then give him Hermes Gasparini. Then Dennis versus Devon. Then if he still beats Devon, then Dennis versus Levan. That's how I would have prepared Dennis Cyplenkov. If Jerry versus Devon will happen, so who will have more chance of winning that match? People start calling me crazy. I just had this thought in my mind, and I told this to Engin almost a year ago, and he was still like, bro, no, that's not going to happen. Jerry is not on the same level as Devon. And few days ago, like before this topic started, about maybe a couple of weeks ago, I messaged my brother and I was like, bro, I'm getting a feeling. He was like, what? I think Jerry cracks Devon. And he was like, bro, you have gone crazy. Devon will flash pin Jerry Cadret. And I was like, nope, it's not gonna happen. I have seen Devon's progress. Yes, he's probably 15% better than what he was in 2018. But I think all of those 15% are in his hand and wrist. I'm not sure if his arm got like 3% better since then. I am yet to see the proof. Even after completely gassing out Aramis Gasparini's hook with an illegal under the table king's move for a minute, still Devon Larratt had to wait for like a minute to beat Prodnik in a hook. And yes, he beat Gennady once in a hook, but then Gennady gassed him out and brought him back. I'm not sure if his hook has improved a lot. It may have increased, gotten better, maybe a couple of percentage, because he will need arm power to beat Jerry. And I'm quite sure he's going to train for that. But I'm just saying that, let's say Jerry is fully prepared, he's in good shape, and if we pick the Devon from Levan shape, that Devon has a lot of hand strength, but I'm not sure about the arm power. That's why I see that match still being equally close as the 2018 match, because Devon will need arm. His 15% stronger hand is not going to matter at all against Jerry Cadret. And I love to see that match. Once again, there is absolutely no way that match doesn't end in a war. What a beautiful couple you two are, Mario. Thank you, sir. No chance in top 10. Bro, why are you guys typing the same message again and again? Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. King of the Table not doing any promotion for the event. They are doing something. They've uploaded some interviews in Rolls Royce. Kinardi 2. So Chanshaw just said hello and left. Bro, you have no other comment? Did Michael's live stream end? I suddenly got from like 70 viewers to 140 viewers. Pradeep is on Abbas Rana level. Let's get that curry chicken cracking big dog. Yeah, that's what up. That's what's up, man. Where is right of Morozov? I don't know. Jerry versus Hermes. That's a difficult match. That was never an easy match for Hermes Gasparini. I not for Jerry Cadet. I never really saw him winning that super match, to be honest. Now let's discuss the next match we have. Okay, Michael versus Lars. So with that being said, I'm gonna go with 4-1 monster Michael Todd. Once still, I believe Lars can use his flop press to pin Michael Todd. That's how I see that thing going. So 4-1 for monster Michael Todd. So my Wi-Fi is back and I think it switched perfectly without any problem. That's a cool thing. So predictions so far: 4-0 Schoolboy, 4-2 Lachlan Adair, then 4-0 Georgi, 4-0 Rivaz Lutidze. Then we have 4-1 Monster Michael Todd, Oleg Petrenko versus Kidergali Yongerbayev. Now that is really close, man. So I would have I want to pick Oleg Petrenko just because he looks so massive. I know both of them are going to be around 105 kilos, but they're not the same size human beings, man. Oleg Petrenko is a much more larger human being than Kidergali Yongerbayev, much larger. And I'm talking about frame wise, that's like a 15% bigger human being than Ongarbayev. But Kidergali Yongerbayev, yes, Zuaz, he was the champion, but he wasn't like super dominant. He beat Kidergali, he beat Irakli Zerakashvili 3-0. Still good technical display, but I don't think that was super dominant performance. He beat John, but he got destroyed in the first round. Second round was a battle. I think third round was good as well, if I remember correctly. Then he destroyed John in the final round. So he has not been a super dominant champion. Then he lost to Todd Hutchings. The only reason that is preventing me from picking Oleg Petrenko to beat Ongarbayev is how easily John Brezink was able to crack Petrenko's wrist. I'm still surprised. After seeing that match, I used to see Marcio go back and forth with John. Marcio always used to give good matches to John Brezink. That's why I predicted Marcio to beat Petrenko. I was like, if Marcio can crack Petrenko's wrist, then yes, Marcio may not have the same amount of pronation as John, but he has a better inside game, hopefully. So maybe he switches from inside to outside, he tires him out, then he cracks his wrist. I predicted Marcio to win that match, and Oleg just stonewalled him right in the center, man. Such solid integrity through the wrist. It looked like his wrist was not going anywhere. So the question is John still that much better than Marcio? Because even in his prime, John was not that far ahead of Marcio. But comparing these two matches, it looks like when John is 58 years old, he has only increased the gap from Marcio Barboza and it has not decreased. So either that is true or maybe Oleg Petrenko has improved. I'm not sure if he had any injury because Petrenko, I believe he's been training for almost like 15 years, more than 10 years for sure. So he cannot suddenly improve that much within a matter of months that he got destroyed by John, then he destroyed Marcio Barboza. So this makes me believe that Marcio was not at the same level as John Brezink. So that's kind of preventing me from picking Petrenko in this match. Although I still believe it will be difficult, extremely difficult for Ongarbayev. I don't see an easy way. People say that, even Engin was saying that Petrenko's side pressure is probably the second best without his wrist after John Brezink pulling, after Todd Hutchings pulling in this style. I've not really seen him do that because once John took his wrist, there was literally nothing that he could do from there. He does not have a flop press. He tried that thing was not working at all. So that's one reason why I believe I'm gonna go with Ongarbayev 4-2 in this match, but I think I will change this prediction towards the end of this match, maybe during the live commentary. If I don't, then I'm sticking with my prediction. That's what I am saying. This is the one that I'm most confused about. Most confused. All right, let's see the chat. Dennis versus Dave, Jerry, good style matchup for Dennis. Dennis versus Jerry was good because in the past, because Dennis used to hook. Now he's all top rolling. I see him struggling against Jerry. I think Jerry got him. But I still would have loved to see that match more than the Hermes Gasparini or Devon Larratt match. Brian Shaw beat Levan. Bro, you need to go on timeout. Shaw can curl 185, Levan can barely do 135. There is absolutely no way that Brian Shaw can curl 185 kilos. Not happening. There is no arm wrestling lift as of today in which Brian Shaw can outlift Levan Saginashvili. I think I saw a video on concrete elbow or maybe performance enhancing pancakes. They did some research on bench press, and Brian Shaw couldn't even bench press more than Levan Saginashvili. That was surprising. A really important thing people miss is how tight the strap is tied in matches. Which match are we talking about? John versus Oleg, the bottom strap wasn't even in contact with his forearm. So that was loose. That's what you're saying. So then maybe it should have worked for Petrenko as well because he also likes to top roll a lot sometimes. I hear that Petrenko is an inside arm wrestler, but all I see him is top rolling. That's kind of weird. Need to see more. First time I really focused on Petrenko is when I think it was 2020 or 21 when Armbets TV posted those practice matches and Petrenko beat Evgeny Prudnik in that match. Pradeep is SG Records grudge match. There is no grudge between us. Is Travis back to being your favorite arm wrestler, Pradeep, since he's coming back now? No. I think my respect and fanboyism for Travis Bagent is only going down since he made a comeback because he doesn't really value his words. Regarding Jerry challenging Devon, I think he's just scared of facing Kordecha. I don't want to see Devon any sooner. He must rest. What is this? Reena Patel was timed out by Pradeep for 1.8k seconds. I saw girls are also interested in arm wrestling matches. Ujjwala Nand, okay? Pradeep, Indian next Prime Minister after Modi. Yep, I hope so. I'm hoping Pradeep versus Roman happens. Roman getting bigger though. Roman is the only one who I can probably beat without actually lifting any weight. I'll for sure beat him if I do some exercise. But he may be the only known person on the internet that I can beat without training. Do you watch MMA Guru? No. Shaw will destroy in the PW Bug Dead Life. What's that? Deadlift. Aussie arm wrestler. No, there is no way I'm beating that guy without training. I need strict, maybe almost a year of training to beat him. I can do that for sure, but not without training. That guy is strong. He's not weak. Oleg Petrenko किधर गाली होंगे भाई 4-2. Kamil Jablonski versus Vitaly Laletin. If I pronounce it in Russian accent, they'll say Vitaly Laletin. It's almost the same. Like Artyom Morozov. That's how they pronounce it. Kamil Jablonski, okay, Vitaly. People are saying that Vitaly has no chance. He's a top roller. And there is my math about levels. So flop press is a good weapon against a top roll. We all know that. We have seen that. And usually I have seen when somebody has a solid counter for someone, they can beat a guy one level above them. So my levels are like starting from 0.5 where I believe I am, then 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, then the topmost guy is 5. So Vitaly Laletin is a 5 on the left arm, and Kamil in my mind is a 4.5, and Devon would be maybe a 4. So that's how I see things. So stylistic weapons. Kamil's weapon is good against Vitaly's weapon. That I have almost always seen that a 4.5 in such cases is good enough to beat a 5, or a 3.5 is good enough to beat a 4. But still, man, maybe I'm a too big of a fan of Vitali. My math is telling me to predict Kamil to win this match, because 4.5 against a 5, clash of styles. I think Kamil got it, but maybe I don't want to predict that way, because I just don't see Vitali losing, man. His arm power is more on the left arm. His He said that his hand is even more solid on the left, and he's fast. So if Tobias Sporong was able to pin him a couple of times, yes, Vitali won that hand match through hand against Tobias, but still I wouldn't believe that Vitali's arm is weaker than Tobias's Sporong. Even in a hook, I wouldn't see Tobias beating Vitali. So the arm power may be similar, or Vitali may be even stronger than Tobias, and hand is for sure stronger. If Tobias can get 2 rounds from Kamil, then I think Vitali is going to crack him. I just don't believe that. If this match happens, then everybody's flop pressing. Everybody's flop pressing. Because you can see the levels that I was just talking about. If you are, let's say, a 3, your top roll is 3, but your opponent is also a top roller. Once you switch to flop press, it's not your main weapon. Instead of a 3, you become a 2.5. But still, a 2.5 is going to beat a 3 that way. If there is that much of a loophole in arm wrestling styles, then everybody is going to utilize that. This match is going to shape a lot of future arm wrestlers, and it is going to shape a lot of future strategies. So if my hook is, let's say, 1, my flop press is 0.5. If I'm going against an opponent who challenges my hook, or my top roll, he beats me, then I'm not even bothered about trying that. My flop press is going to get the job done because he's a top roller. And I just don't want to believe it yet. I don't think they think the disparity of styles is going to matter that much. That's why I'm going to go with, let's say, Vitali Lalitin 4-0. Not bad, Pradeep. I beat Aussie arm wrestler at Hardanger Open. That's cool, that's cool. Then you would for sure beat me as well. Nowadays, Devon is looking weak. He can't even beat his son. He's 110 kilos. That's light. Old strongman lift. Autocorrect is killing me on new phone. Have patience, bro. Have patience. Type slowly. I don't have it, but I'm still telling you to have it. I think Tobias would have won if they were squared up. Kamil ain't squared though. Yeah, Kamil is not going to be squared up even in this match. So maybe he's going to win this too. Pradeep speak Russian. Okay. Tell me something. Tell me something. Then I'll speak it in Russian. 4.5 versus 4.5. Tobias, and still was not easy for Kamil. Great point, man. Great point. Tobias is a legit 4.5. Don't you think referees should watch Kamil's shoulder before ready go? They should. They should. I've been complaining about this shoulder not squared rule for, I don't know, maybe 2-3 years. I was complaining about it in the Dave Chaffee match as well, and people thought that I'm just a hater of USA arm wrestlers. That's why I'm just calling out Dave Chaffee on that thing. And I'm like, no, I'm going to call out anyone and everyone who does that. Eventually, we will see Vitali versus Travis on the left. No, bro. You're just dreaming too much, Tall Paul Hutchins Jr. I know you're a member, you're paying me, but I'm not going to let that comment slide. That doesn't make sense. Hillbilly trunk or ain't scared, okay. Pradeep, kak tebya zavut. Kak, what does kak mean? You? No. Tebya zavut. I don't know what that means. Write some simpler, more popular words, and then I'll tell you what they mean in Russian. Fish, fish, red fish, blue fish. What is it? Give a dog bone 2000 party. T. Lubish Putin. Don't know what you're writing, bro. That's an easy word. Lubish T. I don't know. I've never heard them. Do you think there's a promise in Indian arm wrestling? Abhas Rana, under 100 kilos, maybe he can do something in the future. Let's see. I'm not sure if he's going to go to this Worlds or not. I didn't see him at the Asians. Not really sure why. Why? Maybe I'll ask him. Maybe I'll do an interview. Who knows? But let's see if he goes to the Worlds this time. Last time he was one of the oldest arm wrestlers when he won the category in under 16. He was almost about to turn 16. This time he's going to be one of the youngest out there. Well, not the youngest probably, but yeah, in he's going to be 16 in the under, what's that, under 18 category. If he can still win once again, then he's a legit threat for people. People will have to take his name seriously at the world level. Thoughts on weight cutting in arm wrestling? Less than it should be. That's my simple thought. There should be more weight cutting. People in weight categories, I'm seeing people with a belly like mine, over 20% body fat, over 15% body fat. Bro, I don't want to see that as a fan of arm wrestling. Sub 10% body fat in weight categories only. Maybe 12, maybe 12. I can let it slide up to 12% body fat. That's what should be allowed as a fan. Pradeep is Dagestani origin Indian. Oth Otkatya Tui. What's that? Skilled hacker. I cannot read these, bro. Why not compete the day of weigh-in? I think I should learn to at least read Russian, because then I can at least figure out what the titles of the videos say in Russian. Or I can just take screenshot and Google Lens tells me that translation. What am I thinking, man? What do you think about Dave Chappie versus David Tadikian? Right arm? I think I think maybe I think Chafee can get him, bro. Chafee can get the Dikyan on the right. I won't be surprised, man. Because top rule, not really easy to top rule Dave Chafee in the straps. Let's see. And Dadikyan's hook is not. If Dadikyan's hook was as good as his left arm on his right arm, then he would have been destroyed Dave Chafee. But I'm not sure about that. They are inaccurate sometimes, okay. Flop press or King's move. It's the time of flop press, man. King's move is old story, man. It's history. King's flop press all the way. Orden versus James English. I uploaded a video. I'm surprised by James English easily pinning Vazgen and Mika Sakvalaridze. That was cool. That was cool stuff. So Vitaly Lalitin, I'm going to go with 4-0 on this one. Artem Morozov versus Ivan Matishenko. First of all, just like everyone else, or at least many of the people, I also wanted to see Ivan versus who's that guy? Alijan Muratov. And because of one simple reason. Not that I want to see Ivan Matishenko lose, because if somebody deserves to get a title shot in the heavier category, it has to be Alijan, man. Because Ivan has defended the title only once against Reno Masic, I believe. Who else did he beat? I think Ivan won it against Kamil Jablonski in that Kamil Jablonski match. Was that a title match? Then he defeated Reno Masic. But that's all we have seen. But Alijan, on the other hand, he has had more matches and he has proven himself to be a more dominant force. So if somebody deserved a title shot in the heavyweight category, it was Alijan Muratov for sure. But still, if this match is happening, I think Ivan's hook is solid, man. That practice pull keeps on coming to my mind, where Denis Cyplenkov was struggling against Ivan Matishenko. He cannot pin him in an offensive position. He cannot hold him in a defensive position. Ultimately, Ivan got tired after almost 1 minute of hustle, and Dennis got him. But that hook was tight, man. That hook was tight. I don't see a way how Morozov dominates Ivan Matishenko. It just simply cannot happen. He will win. He can win, and I think he will win, but not in a dominant way, man. Ivan will get into his position, and it will be really difficult to open him up from that. So that's an interesting match. Possibly, I'm telling you, possibly the match of the night. That's going to be a long war. So still, I would say maybe 4-2 Artyom Morozov. Morozov was destroyed by Tadikian's hook a few times. And I don't think Ivan's hook is that far off. Tadikian's hook, I think it is stronger than Ivan's hook, but Ivan's ability to get into a good position. So from here, Ivan can be as strong as Tadikian is right in the center in a hook. 4-2 Ivan Metushenko, he's going to cause some real trouble to Artem Morozov. Initially, I was not thinking like that, but once I've seen W, W I can pronounce, but once we see welcome, then it starts sounding like V. To us Indians, we cannot hear that. And then I started doing it more research on that. Then there was some study kind of done about that. They were saying that the sounds that you don't pronounce as a part of your language, sometimes your ears become unable to differentiate between those two sounds. Like D, the alphabet D, we have like 3-4 different pronunciations in India in our language for that. And sometimes I've said all of those different pronunciations and the native English speakers just because they have one D, but some from some other countries like now Dubai, so they have learned the second pronunciation of D, Dubai instead of Dubai. So they can hear that much, but the third pronunciation of that D, sometimes I say that and people say from the native English speaking countries that bro, these are the same things, and I'm like, now I got you. That's the same thing for me between W and V. For me, it's the same pronunciation. If you write WELCOME or VELCOME, I pronounce it the same way. Yuvraj Verma beat Mazahir Saidu. Where did it happen, bro? Don't tell me that. Devjyoti Ghosh. Third pronunciation. But if you give this word to an Indian who has not watched much of foreign languages, he will pronounce it as turd. Turd. That's how an Indians will pronounce it. And if you go more deep into the territory, then turd. That's how they will pronounce it. Basically a Hindi version. Artem Tainov versus Oleg Zhok for the left arm 95 kg title. Was Tainov top rolling Sasho? Yeah, he top rolled, then he switched to a press. Tainov's left is really good, but I need to see more of his hooking abilities, how good his hook really is. Then I can comment on that match. If he's destroying people with his hook, then he's going to beat Oleg Zhok as well. Oleg still cannot be top rolled, man. He still cannot be top rolled. That's really surprising. Avtandil Tutberidze, nope, he couldn't get the job done. And we see he top rolled Sasho Andre. He almost got the job done at WAF. So Oleg's ability to prevent the top roll is still amazing. Mosair versus Farid Osmanli. No, bro. Different level. And any thoughts on the RVJ Bowen beef? There is no beef. Danik from Assam. No, I haven't seen him compete enough. That's my thought. Where would Walter wash white clothes? Walter White wash clothes, please. I'll pay you. Pay me, John. Pay me 49 cents if you can. Or the lowest. Show me what is the lowest amount YouTube allows you to pay me. 20 cents maybe. Thoughts on Danik from Assam. Alex versus Vitali. So final prediction of the Morozov. I think I've already given that prediction. Let's discuss all of the predictions and then we'll jump into some Reddit forums as well, or maybe we'll do it tomorrow. Let's see. I've not thought about it yet. Schoolboy versus Ryan Bowen. 4-0 Schoolboy. Lachlan versus Paul Lynn. I think this match is almost the same way as the Ivan versus Artyom match. Paul Lynn has all the tools to cause all kinds of troubles to Lachlan's defensive hook, but it's going to eventually get tired. So Lachlan Adair 4-2. Rivaz Lutidze versus Georgi Zaranov. Rivaz 4-0, too big, too strong, and he's also faster than Zaranov despite being almost 30 kilos or even more heavier. Michael versus Lars Rohrbacken. 4-1 monster, but if Lars makes it interesting, I think Lars, almost 100% Lars' strategy will be to switch between top rolls and flop presses if he's going all out on flop presses. So why do we see Michael struggling? Initially, Michael was in this position. His arm opened up completely, but he had pronation going on. That's why he's strong. He had that pronation against Dennis. He had that pronation against Devon 2018. He had that pronation against Dimitri Trubin, Andrei Pushkar, all of them. That's why he was doing so great. But since 2021, we saw it against Devon, Revaz Lutidze. Against Revaz, he still had some pronation, but against Gennady, no pronation. Ongarbayev, no pronation. Then this match, latest match, no pronation. So Michael seems to have, maybe even if he has some pronation, no wrist at all. So usually he was in this cupped position and pronated position. Now his pronation is also turned and his wrist is also gone. He's in those ugly weird positions. That's why he cannot win the level of matches that he used to win. If Lars goes to a flop press, which means Michael will have that once again for the first time since 2019. Okay, are you guys hearing this? Michael will have this pronation and his cupping, his beautiful king's move position for the first time since 2019. Maybe in the Todd Hutchings match, I need to rewatch it because Todd's control is not that great. Maybe in that match, Michael had a similar position. But other than that, absolutely no. And that was a match against a lighter category guy, so I don't really count that. So first time Michael has that, maybe we see a really strong Michael as we used to see. And that's the reason why I believe he's going to win this match. Should I say 4-0, 4-1? I'm going to go with, let's say 4-1, Michael Todd. Maybe once he gets pinned by Lars flop press. Petrenko versus Ongarbayev, 4-2 Ongarbayev. I may change my prediction on this one. Kamil Jablonski, Vitaly Laletin, let's say 4-0 Vitaly Laletin. Artem Morozov, Ivan Petrenko. So this one goes to Morozov 4-2. Which match will surprise me the most? A turnaround. Ryan Bowen beating Schoolboy will surprise me a lot. Then Paul versus Lachlan, yes, there will be some surprise. Revaz versus Zaranov, some surprise, maybe equal to that Paulin match. If Zaranov wins. Lars versus Michael, little bit less surprise than that. That's kind of shocking, but yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now, despite being confident in the Michael Todd prediction. Petrenko versus Kidragali Ongarbayev, no surprise at all, whoever wins this match. Kamil versus Vitaly, very slight surprise if Kamil wins. Then Morozov versus Ivan, yes, I will be slightly surprised if Ivan can pin him 4 times. So these are the predictions for King of the Table 11. Let's read some of the chats. 4-3 for Lars. Akimbo versus Rahul Panekar. Good match. That's a cool match right there. Akimbo will have to cut some weight because Rahul is basically a 70 kilo guy. Akimbo, I heard, is 77. In that case, I think he will beat Rahul Panekar. Zurab will perform at the next AMC. Bro, can you write your name in English? At least so that I can learn to pronounce it, because you are always in my chat. So I can say your name. What do you think about Abhas versus Orden? So Orden definitely got that video. He saw that video. He knows, he talked about that match in one of the videos that I saw, the Abhas Rana versus Orden match. Not sure why they didn't select that match. Maybe too much travel. I'm not really sure, but I would have liked that match way more than this James English match. Orden still had a good style to crack Abbas, because the only way Abbas seems to lose is through a top roll, and Orden is good at top rolling people. Tall Paul is twerking for Devon and Jerry. Orden versus Aryan, no, Orden is too much. Aryan has good press though, but not at Orden's level. Vitaly versus Alex Kurtic, a good match. Devon call out RVJ. Yes, I've recorded a video and I think my brother is editing that, so it will be uploaded soon on the channel. There's the Mr. Drew. Drew is here. The Drew 24, Pradeep. How are you doing? I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. So initially I had those buttons, three, one for going back, one for home, and one for seeing the tabs. And YouTube gives its options exactly at that same place. Now I've changed the setup. Last time I think my Wi-Fi also got crashed at the same time, but it shouldn't have been the reason for crash. I kept pressing back a couple of times and I kept pressing this YouTube plus icon and it kept on hitting at the back icon. It got all messed up. Now I've removed that. So let's see what are the options available. Start a poll. This is start a poll. What's this option? Top chat, live chat, super chat, and none. Okay. Okay. Live chat. Then this third option, I'm doing it for the second or third time from my phone. I've not checked these options ever. Tag products, I don't have any products to sell. Then this option, all right. So yep, it's kind of cool, it's kind of clean. We have a few options here as well. Highlight, save to your channel, okay. Mute microphone, and this option is to switch to back camera. And what's that? Okay, filters. We have filters on YouTube. Wow, is this cool? Yeah, that's good as well. No, that's too much. See, we are figuring out new stuff, man. New stuff. Let's do this filter, man. How about that? How's Pradeep Junior? You can hear him probably. You can hear him. Pradeep is on SARMs. You see that? Of course I am. No, you didn't see anything. Pradeep, is it true that Indian coins 1 and 2 have 1 and 2 on them? Yeah, yeah. I've not really paid too much attention, but they do definitely have fingers on them. You're right, man. You're right. I never paid attention to that, but right now when you mentioned this comment, they do have that. I do remember the two fingers for sure, but one, yeah. So why could that be? Maybe for some people who cannot read the numbers, could that be the reason? That's hilarious. Adrian, Adrian, who told you that? Who told you that? Because like literally nobody in India discusses that. I've never heard that conversation ever, and I never thought about it. I just saw those fingers and I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. एक बार कोई सिक्का पड़ा है क्या ये क्या 2 रुपए का लाएगी? Let me get that 1 and 2 rupee coin just to confirm that. Okay, until then we can maybe discuss a few of the Reddit posts. I really wanted to discuss them, but let's Pradolat Adar Singh. Top post from past week. How do I get rid of this filter? Okay, let's select this. Okay, top post from this past week. First one with 36,000 views and 196 upvotes. Devon and Jody are insufferable. That's spicy. That's a hot topic. So I'll read it out to you. Many aren't even aware of the following fact. Devon knew very well that Dennis is pretty sad about the fact that it didn't work out for him to have a family. He got no wife and kids. He talked about this on that big interview. So Devon made a big deal out of having 3 kids and a wife and on a live with Engin. Dennis and Babkan, of course. Going as far as saying, hey Dennis, you didn't answer the question about your family. Tell us how's your family. So my reasoning behind this, and I may be wrong, but I like to believe that it is true, is that Devon got to know about that from my video, because I clearly remember that the big channel, 5-6 million views, that interviewed Dennis Cyplenkov, 5-6 million subscribers. I saw that and I was the first one and probably the only one to make a video about that. And of course I know that Devon wasn't going to just sit through a 2 hour interview and read the subtitles. So Devon watched my video of that, and I did discuss this topic that Dennis was talking about his family and stuff, that he was kind of not so happy. So I have 1 and 2 rupee coins, and there are no fingers. There are some hands. Nope, no fingers on them, bro. That's disappointing, man. How can you possibly make coins, 1 and 2 rupee coins, without 1 or 2 fingers? That's not cool. That's not cool, man. I do remember seeing that. So I'm not sure if this is the new coin. Maybe some Indians can tell me if this is the new coin, or the coin with fingers were the new coin. Maybe I have many coins here. Maybe I can still see what's up. The coins with fingers. Yo, we got it. We got it, bro. we got it. 2 rupee coin. This one has. I'm not sure if this is the older one. I hope this is the new upgraded version. I like this shit, man. 2 fingers. That's cool, bro. That's cool. Victory. No other coin has fingers on it. Only one I got. Alright, we cleared the doubt. Yes, Indian coins do have fingers. 1 rupee has thumbs up. You got it. You're right. You're right. It doesn't have a finger, but it has thumbs up. I have few 1 rupee coins here, but none of them has the thumbs up. So maybe they had it on the older version, or maybe these are the older versions. So my conclusion is Devon got to know about that news, that Dennis was kind of sad that he doesn't have a family. He wanted to have it. It didn't work out for him. That's the info that Devon got from watching my video. And then when he talked about this on Dennis Cyplenkov on Engin's podcast, I even discussed that on my channel too. That Devon was calling him out, kind of calling him out, knowing that he doesn't have a family. He was still saying that, "What about your family?" He asked that question twice. So it was not about to hype the match, but just to insult and hurt Dennis and feel dominant. Devon gets a kick out of hurting and dominating people now in sport, before in Afghanistan. By the way, he started saying "Don't die, Dennis" way before Dennis called him a clown, mocking a life-threatening, very difficult time in Dennis's life where he almost died. So the hypocrisy, mind you, when Travis Bijan. So this is the interesting part. Why am I discussing this post? Because I'm someone who's really has a higher threshold when it comes to trash talking. So this comment, I wouldn't have really minded, because I really like it. Some people say that, yeah, I also do agree to an extent that no family talk and stuff, but when your family intentionally involves themselves in a super match, then they are also in that range, that trash talk range, where you can say some words that are going to hurt you. So keep your family out of it always if you don't want the other guy to discuss your family. So I'm really having a higher threshold for these trash talks, and I never thought much about it. I was never like, well, Devon shouldn't have said that. Dennis, what's about your family? How about your family? I think if it can get in Denis Cyplenkov's head, it's good. Devon should do that. But then I read this point that I already knew, but my mind was not able to relate these points. So that's the point. So the hypocrisy, mind you, when Travis Pagent, as a commentator of a Devon match, said, "I'm always rooting against Devon. If Devon is up against Iraq," by the way, Travis, it's not Iraq, it's Iraq. So if Devon is up against Iraq, I am rooting for Iraq. And this is a funny comment, man. And for this, Jody got so mad that until this day, more than a decade later, she still hates Travis Bagent a lot, just because of that one single comment. Maybe there are some other things too, but this one comment really bothered her. Both Devon and Jody took it very personal. Jody wrote Travis what a terrible human being he is, since Devon seemingly really almost died in Iraq or Afghanistan. She hates him to this day, even spreading rumors online about his dick being small, weirdo. So that's the topic. That kind of made me connect. Okay, I didn't really take it that much serious when Devon commented about Dennis not having a family. It's cool. It's trash talk. You are supposed to kind of hurt your opponent's feelings to get into his head. I'm all in for that. I'm sold on that. I don't really mind that. But when I related to this topic, I felt it weird. Like, if Devon is going against Iraq, I'm rooting for Iraq. What's there to be hurt about that, anyways, man? That felt kind of weird to me. But yeah, when I related these topics, It kind of doesn't make sense. So after that, apart from that, Devon spread rumors and Babkan and Dennis being gay couple. Then he mocked Babkan in front of Babkan's little son. When Babkan finally had enough and stood up, Devon started cussing and screaming like a kid. Still, this is screaming like a kid, man. That's an interesting comment. Still, Babkin called the bad guy in this story. He knew Michael. So actually, I did talk with some people that were present at King of the Table, and they really told that yeah, Babkin was on that thing, man. He was ready to have a fist fight with Devon, and he just I think people said that he even held Devon's hand and just called him out. Okay, let's settle this, man. That you wanted a boxing match, I'm in for it, and Devon bailed out of that situation. That's what I heard happened there. He knew Michael Todd suffered greatly over the death of his father and illness of his mother. Devon's again targeted. Okay, that's not so much relevant here. So the topic here is that should you really feel when you say that it's all about promoting the matches. So maybe Travis was also promoting the match. That was my point. So I don't really see that big of a deal here, and I don't really see that big of a deal about the military thing as well. People have commented a lot of stuff about the military thing, and the first time I saw some comments that aligned with my thought process. I've really liked some of the comments here as well. That first of all, serving the country, that's a big deal to me. That's a big deal in my mind. If you're in the military and you're present in some other country that is thousands of miles away from you, that has nothing to do with you, that wants nothing to do with you, if you're staying in that country, how exactly are you serving your country? I don't really believe that, and I'm not just talking shit about them. I said the same thing about my own country as well. When our, I think, army was, or coast guard or something was, they were there in Maldives, I guess, a Maldives island. So initially there was some unrest and they needed our help. Our military went there. I'm not really knowledgeable about this, but then they helped them, and the government thanked the Indian military. But then the Indian military kind of stayed there, and now they hate Indians being there. They don't want us there, but those guys are still there trying to protect them. That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. If you are staying in some other country whose people don't want you to be there, you're not protecting them. You're also not serving your country. I Do you like Iran? I don't know anything about Iran, so by default, I like Iran. If there is any country that I don't know anything about, yeah, obviously I like that country. My roommates from Iran. Yeah, once again, a lesson for the North Americans. It's not Iran, it's Iran. As you would pronounce it, ERAAN. Pronounce it that way. Beautiful picture on the wall. Thank you. Absolutely, Mark. He sucks at boxing. Devon is an excess special force. He would destroy most men in a fight. Yep. In MMA fight, yeah, he has a good shot. I saw him in that jiu-jitsu fight against Juji Mufu, and he looked really solid. Juji is no joke. He's one of the most athletic human beings out there. He's 280 pounds, I guess. He's strong, fit, athletic, and still Devon easily destroyed him. Easily. Devon is really strong. Hate trash talking. Mark hates trash talking. Yeah, we need more trash talkers, says Tall Paul Hutchins Jr. Since Devon has taken a break, we ain't really hearing any good trash talk. Devon's trash talk is going down, man. Whenever I want to just appreciate the level that Devon used to have this trash talk, go back and watch that Matt Mask versus Devon 2018 match. I mean, that was some serious level, and I'm not seeing that from Devon. That the level of trash talk. Bollywood has good ties with the PM. Why not ask Parveen sir or Preeti ma'am to try to convince them that it will be an asset in arm wrestling and should be allowed full time? That you would be an asset? Me? Bro, that's too much. That's too much. If they got an opportunity to talk with the PM, why would they talk about me? No. I absolutely hate absolutely hate taking any favors. I got many people who used to say, bro, if you're in any trouble, call me. And I saw some people with me who got into some trouble and they're like, let's call that guy. And I'm like, you do it. I'm the kind of guy, if I know that there is someone, if I broke some rule and they're about to put me in a jail, and if there is one guy who I can call, who can talk with this guy, this police guy, and he'll let me go, that call will be so hard. I'll rather say, bro, put me in jail. I hate taking favors that much. Nope. So Mark, here's your answer. I'm never going to do that. Even on small things, I absolutely hate it when I have to. Well, I don't really have to take any favors because I don't remember any such times. So no favors for me. If I can do it, if I have some connections, I can get the job done for myself, then yes. But no favors. Absolutely dislike that. So what's the fact that we have learned today? If you're in someone else's country that don't want you there, even if you're in military, you're not serving your country and you're not serving that country too. Are we clear on these facts? Only because it's not like you can just resign. That's why. Yeah, I agree, brother. Chris Brown Jr. And once I said that military guys or special forces guys are really highly overrated. And somebody, I think someone was talking in the comments, or why am I bringing this up? Because I don't really need to bring this topic up once again. But that some guy I read somewhere or I heard somewhere that Pradeep once said this, but then he got backlash and he deleted that comment. First of all, that was not a comment. I said that in a live stream, and that live stream is still there. I have nothing to delete that comment or live stream. What is this live stream about? So we discussed all of the king of the table matches, and we still had some time left, about 10-15 minutes. Then we started discussing the Reddit posts. Okay, let's get to the next topic. And to be honest, I really also don't like it when people say that the military guys are serving the country. I'm like, if they're serving the country, then the guy who's working in a private corporation, he's also serving the country almost as much. Almost as much. That's serving the country. Serving something, I really don't like that word. I really don't like that word. The second post is about, I just can't believe my eyes, where Daniel Prokopchuk is top rolling Alan Zoloev 3 times. Well, he went in a hook, and people were saying once he went in a hook, he got beat by Zoloev easy. I think he just gave him those 2 rounds. I don't think those 2 rounds were legit. My Dave Chafee, how do I pronounce this word? Caricature? Is that how we pronounce it? Makes me smile whenever I stare into those little kind eyes. That's the Dave Chafee photo that we have. Looks cool. Money, easy money. Irakli said he can beat Devon in 105 kilos. I've discussed this post in the video that is about to be uploaded, or maybe already uploaded on the channel. How are all the shutout steak betters going now? So is he saying that Bowen is looking bigger than Schoolboy in this photo? Because to me, he's not. He's slightly ahead, and still I would say Schoolboy is looking bigger than him. So that, if anything, justifies this win even more. I'm almost 44. Someone explain why my screen won't become full screen. Just use pan. I think this is called pan. No, zoom and pan. So zoom. Just use zoom. Trubin is arm wrestling Zelensky. Did you see Dmitry Trubin in the army? Yeah, that video is old. He's there for almost a year now. More than that. Only because it's not like you can just, okay, grow beard. What about Zaur Fezulai versus Corey West on the left arm? Good match. I think Zaur will beat him. Like the phone is in portrait mode. So this is a vertical live stream. This will not switch to landscape like that. I don't think so. Trubin should win. You can also try rotating your phone and click on square. This is a vertical live stream. That's how it's supposed to be. I'm not sure if you can still change it. Our excuse is bad thing or good thing. Trubin's death is not. Bro, what are we talking about now? What's this photo, man? I saw it for the first time. Nope, it's gone somewhere now. It didn't show me. So Morozov is 6'4" by the way, and yeah, Vitaly is looking absolutely massive in front of him. So then we have pretty accurate when Devon Led was talking about Levan Saginashvili. The next post is about unpopular opinion. Devon is the worst coach for Brian Shaw that Brian Shaw can have, and we have discussed that topic as well in one of the videos. I saw Ibrahim Sagov today. He looks like Yamdoot. Ibrahim Sagov. Where did you see him, brother? Did he come with Vitaly Laletin to King of the Table? That's the only way you can see him today. Or maybe in videos you saw. In videos you saw him. Do you still train your captains? No, bro. I don't know what happened. The first time I saw captains of Crush Grippers, mosquito, and at that time I was not training for grippers. First time I put it out of the packet and I easily closed it. And I was like, bro, that's the easiest thing that I've done. I can get the 2.5. And since then it has only been going downhill. Now I cannot even close the 2. I wanted to go from 2 to 2.5. Now I cannot close the 2. I don't know what happened. I have a video where I literally, video on the channel, where I literally picked up the Captains of Crush gripper like this, didn't even use this hand, closed it fully and kept it there for like 10 seconds, 7-8 seconds. That's how I closed that, and now I cannot close it even after setting it up perfectly and just squeezing it as much as I can. Yeah, I loved that video. Yep, at their hotel, Vitaly doesn't look big, he looks fat. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Good day to you, Leo. Do you earn money by arm wrestling bets, the most predictable sport in arm wrestling? No, I used to bet. I'm not used to. I bet on 4 matches. That's it. But fortunately, I've won all of the 4 bets. So I think, I don't remember exactly now. Yeah, Dave Chaffee versus Levan was the first one. Shutout stakes, $100 on Levan. Then one match was, yeah, John versus Devon. Shutout stakes for Devon. $100 on Devon, or maybe less. I don't remember the exact amount. Artem Petrenko versus Jamie Sheldon. That was the match. And at that time, Artem was not so good. If that match happens today, I'm not putting any money on that match. But at that time, I was like, bro, Jamie Sheldon used to arm wrestle in WL. Artem Petrenko, not the guy. I bet on that match, and I think I won some money. And the final bet was Levan versus Devon 6-0 shutout stakes in 2022. After that, I stopped betting. And on arm bet, I bet like 2-3 times only, because the payout is literally a scam there. I don't. And since then, 2021, I stopped promoting that website as well. The payout is really, really bad. Tall Paul, I see you everywhere, bro. Bet on UFC, bro. You're gonna make good money. Who's gonna win, Derek versus Travis? Man, I just heard Michael Todd say that there is no way Derek is going to beat Travis on the left arm. Right, I think Derek would have destroyed him. Right-handed Derek would have destroyed him. Left, I'm not sure. Patient's hand is still good, and Derek cannot flop press. So yeah, maybe Travis. Pradeep, unless I fall sick, I will be going for the live event. So I'll miss your live stream. Not a problem, brother. Not a problem. And I hope you have a great time there. Derek is a bum. Absolutely. So thanks, guys. Thanks for joining this live stream. I hope it is a success. Let me just try switching to mobile data when I'll be back at the place where I usually stay. At that time, the internet will be better than this. Then from now on, hopefully I will not have any streaming issues. Thanks for watching. Please like the video if you really can.